know your science class is AP Biology, you can change it to AP Biology, I don't care. And this is just like Microsoft Word. It's for typing. It's a word processor, right? It's for typing papers, nothing too crazy. You guys have probably seen something like this. So, first thing that we're going to do is we want to rename it. Right now our document, if you see it up here, is just called Untitled Document. We don't want that. So let's rename it English Assignment. Okay? And then hit Enter, and it'll save. And whatever you do on a Google document saves automatically, so you don't have to worry about like your computer crashing and all the stuff that you did 10 minutes ago is gone. It saves immediately. So whatever, like as soon as you write a letter or a word, it saves it. It's really cool. Next one, number 5 on your little worksheet, it says Google Sheets. We're going to create a new Google Sheet. So you can go to New, like usual, the big red button, or right-click. And Google Sheets is the green icon, okay? So let's click it, Google Sheets. And Google Sheets is Excel. If you've ever used Microsoft Excel, it's their version of Microsoft Excel, it's a spreadsheet. Chances are you'll use it in science class or you'll use it in math class. And honestly, it's not too exciting right now, but it's really good for collecting data in science class. So I know for me, let's say that we were doing, in my chemistry class, a science project, some kind of experiment, right? So on this one I might put, oops, let's do this together, I might put time. And this column might be, I don't know, mass in grams. So I'm measuring the mass, how the mass is changing over time, right? And I want to collect my data as I'm going. And again, I can even do this on my phone instead of having a computer. So that's like, all right, every minute I'm going to find the mass. So 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and 4 minutes. And I want to see how my mass changes over time. And let's say my mass started at 20, and then it went to 30, oops, 30, and then 40, so my mass is going up. And so instead of having to write all this down on a piece of paper, you can do it on your computer, you can do it on your phone, you can print it out. It's really cool, okay? And then the last cool thing you could do with Sheets is you could highlight all of your data if you want. So I just click, and highlighted it all, okay? And then once you do it, you could put Insert, and you could hit Chart. So Insert Chart, and guess what? Go figure, it makes a chart for you, a bar graph of your data, a line graph, even a pie chart. So I know for me in AP Chem, I teach AP Chemistry, you will be using this and you guys will be making graphs of your data, and it's super easy. It's a piece of cake, okay? We're going to go to New, and we're going to go to Google Slides. That's the yellow icon. So same procedure. And now boom, it's like Google's version of PowerPoint. You can make your own slideshows. Probably do this a lot in history class or English class, have to make a presentation, right? So let's rename it real quick. Let's rename it History Assignment. All right. Have you guys mostly made PowerPoints before in different classes? So I'm assuming you guys know how to make these. But this is like using PowerPoint that you've used before. There's a million different themes to change the way it looks. You can insert pictures, you can type, you know, typical stuff. Nothing crazy. Okay? So let's exit out of this. I'm assuming you guys know how to use it already. And we're going to take our history assignment and we're going to drag it into our history folder, where it is now waiting for us forever and ever and ever and ever. By the way, the storage on Google Drive is like practically unlimited. It's like, it's a lot of storage, so use it. Put all your assignments on here. And there's a bottom part that says More, okay? And there's a few hidden apps. So one of those hidden apps is Google Forms. It's a purple icon, so let's click that, Google Forms, okay? And what Google Forms does is it allows you to make a survey. And I know in a lot of classes, like history classes, AP Psychology for sure uses this, they want you to give surveys to your classmates or your teachers and send them and see what they think of things. So let's call this, let's give it a name. Let's call it school survey. Maybe you're in student council and you want to ask students what they think of the school, right? And under here, we're going to put description, questions for students. Okay, so we're going to pretend that you're on student council and you want to ask students what they think of the school or what we can improve, and we want to ask them some questions. Okay? Good, am I going too fast? So, they give you a question, it says untitled question. You can type in your question there. So let's say we want to ask the students, how are the school lunches? Good. So that's the question. And then these are little marks where they can pick their choice, their answer. So option 1, let's put good. So that's our option 1. Down here it says add option, so we can add an option. Let's say option 2 is going to be bad. And then I'll add a third option. Option 3 can be like, I don't know, average. Right? Use it in your project, right? Let's say you're making a PowerPoint. So let's go look for a picture. Let's make a new tab, and let's look for a picture of Thomas Jefferson. Why? Just because. Okay, you're doing a history project, you're doing it at school, and you're making a PowerPoint, because that's what you do in AP Euro, right? You make some PowerPoints sometimes. So I'm like, oh, what a great picture of Thomas Jefferson. I just found it. This would be great for my project. All right. View image. All right. Boom. But I'm going to save it. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to hit save as. I'm going to change the name to Thomas Jefferson. And I'm going to save it to my H drive, right? Because you guys are all usually saving things to my documents or the H drive. Okay. So now I have this picture. Once you save it, let me give you a second to save it. You have this picture of Thomas Jefferson saved. Did you save it? Okay. Problem is, now where is that picture? It's school. It's on your H drive. It's school. It's at the computer at school, and you can't access it at home. Your H drive is only on school computers, right? So, if you want, let's say I go to my, let's bring it up, my documents, wherever it is. Oops. Well, I have a lot of stuff here because I'm a teacher, but ignore it. You guys shouldn't have nearly as much stuff in here. Where is it? All right, so there's my picture of Thomas Jefferson. It's right here. It's stuck there. I can't get it when I'm at home. I can't finish my project. Let's go to a different app. So let's go here, and we're going to go to an app called Google Photos. So it's photos.google.com. So why don't you guys go to that? Photos.google.com. This is, by the way, number 10 on your worksheet, so just following along. Photos.google.com. Hit enter. Oops. Let me get rid of Thomas Jefferson. That's from last week. All right, so yours should look like this, I would assume, right? It should say no photos. So what you can do is, you can take your picture of Thomas Jefferson and you can drag it into your Google Photos account. And it'll upload it. There it is. And you're like, oh, it's a big deal, it's just a picture. Well, now you can access it anywhere. So let's say you're at home, you can just go to photos.google.com and you can get this picture. Or you can go on your phone to Google Photos and you can get this picture. And you can upload any pictures, not just school stuff. Like, if I logged into, this is my teacher account, right? So I only have school stuff. But if I logged into my personal account, you can see all my pictures of all my nephews and my cousins and all my personal photos. So it's a really cool place to put photos. And that way, if your phone breaks, you didn't lose all of your pictures and all your videos. It's here and it's there forever, okay? So it's cool for school and it's cool for just personal stuff as well. So that's Google